So how are you, Hima ma'am?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for asking.
Yes, I'm safe and sound and doing great in my life, trying to add some value in my overall personality by the grace of Almighty God. Thank you for kind concern. I hope you are doing well as well.
Yeah, definitely I'm doing well, as I told you, and good to always show gratitude to the Lord. You are doing that, so that's a great thing. I am impressed.
Yeah. Likewise, ma'am. Hmm.
Okay, so actually, I have no idea about you. If you can say something about yourself, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. I would be more than happy to tell something about myself. Well, my name is Shiv. I'm from northern part of India, and my state name is Uttarakhand. I born and brought up there only. Moreover, I'm a government employee. In addition to this, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing a master in economics. This is my final year. Additionally, I do teach English with the help of some online applications, and I have my own YouTube channel. I'm a YouTuber. My English channel name is English with Teacher Shiv. So this is all from my side. If you want to know something else, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, definitely. I will ask later. First, let me introduce myself as well. So, as you already heard, my name is Hema. I was born and raised in India, Delhi. Basically, I am from Uttarakhand. But after getting married to Australia, therefore, I have been living in Australia for the last 16 years. My qualifications include a post graduation degree, which I had done from Delhi University. I have also a bachelor degree, which I have done in education. Therefore, I've been working as a teacher in Australia. Besides, I have a channel on YouTube, which is called The Art of Speaking English, and that is all about me. And you are welcome to ask question if you have.
First of all, I'm delighted to talk with you because this is the very first time I get a chance to talk with a professional teacher. As I'm not a professional teacher, like I've been teaching English for last 2.5 years, but based on my own experience. Moreover, like you are living in Australia and you are working as a teacher, so I would love to ask from your side, for example, if anyone wants to speak English, just like you are speaking so fluently, and you have been there in Australia for long. So, what other tips and tricks do you have in your plate, which you are going to serve to a beginner or anyone who's inquisitive in order to learn from your side?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, would like to ask this question to you as well. But yes, you asked first, so I would like to give answer. Yes, according to my experience, I would say first of all, learners need to make sure they keep their mindset ready. They need to get ready. Okay, I'm learning this language, and this is not a subject. This is just a language. If I'm not able to
True.
get language, that should be okay, because learning is a lifelong process and I am on that process. Sometimes what happen, learners, when they try to learn something very easily, they lose their hope. They think, okay, if I'm learning this language and I don't have any environment, I cannot create any environment. People around me, they don't speak in English, and therefore I won't be able to learn English. This is a myth, I would like to tell them. So first of all, they need to make their mind ready. Okay, I can learn this language. This is not a big deal, because I have done my post graduation in Hindi honors. I had no environment,
Yeah.
still I'm able to manage. I'm able to do that. I am also working in Australia, and I'm able to communicate with Australian people. I'm working here, so I am a live example. If somebody wants to just think in that way.
True, true. Yeah.
And the other thing is, I would say that first of all, they need to have their goal ready while they are learning English. If they are just learning English because of their friends, learning English because they want to impress somebody, or just a small goal, okay, I want to just get a job, this is the goal. If they have like that, that way I don't think they will be able to improve or they will be able to learn. But when they want to learn English because they like English, this is just a language. If they take it as a language, because when they were in the school, they learned this English as a subject. They had this as a subject, and now if they think it is as it is, okay, this is a subject. I just want to learn this English because I want to just get a job. Like before, we used to
Mhm.
learn English just because of exam purpose. So if they have the same mentality now, okay, I want to learn English because job, that way they won't be able to learn this language. They will learn this language, they will be able to communicate, but they won't be become an articulate speaker. So it will be little bit gap in their understanding and their learning. So yes, so their goal should be clear, and also they need to work on their grammar. Grammar is very important. People usually say no, we when we speak English there is no need grammar. We can still communicate without grammar, but it is very much needed. I feel like that if they are talking in present, they need to make sure they use appropriate tense. If they're talking about past, they need to use past tense. So all these things is required, and as well as we need so that our pronunciation is very good, because I'm in Australia. When I came here, even though I have IELTS exam, when I came here, I got to know, even though I have little bit knowledge about English, English is not my language, still I'm able to communicate this very well. But when I came here, I got to know people, they are not able to understand my accent. My accent was totally different, and I wasn't able to understand their accent as well. So I developed my listening skills, and also I work on my pronunciation. So even though we are very English, if our pronunciation is not good, if other people they are not able to understand what we want to say to them, that is a waste. Make sure that they work on their pronunciation, their tenses, their grammar, their goal is clear, and also they need to have a positive mindset. Yes, I can learn this language. If I can learn cooking, if I can learn driving, if I can learn cricket, whatever other skills I can learn, English is also a skill, and I can grab this, I can learn this, and they have to be consistent, as we all know. So
Wow, ma'am, I'm totally flabbergasted and spellbounded. The way you start and like it started and the way you finish your whole explanation, I'm totally fascinated by the way you elucidate everything. And I'm being mesmerized the way you are speaking. Your voice is quite soothing and sonorous to my ears. And at the same time, like the steps, the strategies you have mentioned, like how one can master this language is really mind blowing, outstanding. I must say, like the one who will follow the strategy you have been speaking and sharing with people, I'm damn sure sooner or later you're gonna speak English like an impeccable and eloquent speaker, undoubtedly. Thanks, ma'am, for sharing all those tips with us.
thank you so much for appreciating my effort. I was just trying, because it's a spontaneous answer I was giving, whatever was in my mind. I was just expressing my ideas, and also I feel that people after learning English grammar and all this, they do it actually, but they are not able to use that because they have less of speaking practice. And also if they have positive mindset, if they give themselves positive affirmation, yes, I can do this, this is not a big deal, that way they will be able to learn. English is not a big
True.
deal, and whatever they want to learn in their life.
Exactly. Yeah. True. I do agree with your each and every single points because your words and statement is nothing less than a diamond, which I want to store in my locker so that no one can steal it. Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I have no words to
Yeah.
express gratitude, and yes, it is good to hear and learn from you, because you are so young and you are holding this knowledge, you are appreciating, and you are able to understand what I was telling, so that's also commendable.
Yeah, thanks, man. Because you deserve all these compliments and your accent, your articulation, the way you are modulating your voice, everything is up to the mark. Like there's no flaws at all. When you are speaking, you are not even thinking about what shall I speak. Like words, sentence, rules, and articulation comes natural from your mouth. And this is what I would say. Like someone when start falling in love with this language. Honestly, he can do magic with his language. That's what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now I would like to ask you about this language. How did you learn this language?
Actually, it's a very, I can say, complicated story, but let me tell you. I passed my schooling from Hindi medium school. As you know, I'm from Uttarakhand and I belong to a very rural area. And I was quite fascinated to learn English and I joined one application. There, one host humiliated me very badly.
Oh,
He said, Shiv, the way you're speaking English seems to that you are a rapist of this language. And I was really, what? I was asking to myself, like, do I deserve this comment or not? But my answer was, no, I don't. I didn't say anything wrong to him because I'm not habituated to that. But I did a promise to myself that Anyhow, at any cost, I would get master this language. You are insulting me just because you are far better than me and I'm just a beginner. But I'm going to promise you that one day for sure I'll speak far better than you. From there, I started my journey learning this language. Day and night, I did practice a lot. And in fact, after 3 months, I was in that position where I can communicate with anyone around the world in English, but still I was feeling some lacking on my side. And that's why I've asked one question to one of native speaker from United States and ask her, ma'am, I want to improve more. I'm not getting some improvement, which I was expecting in my initial days. So she suggested me like, should do one thing, just start teaching others. Because the moment you are going to teach others, you are going to learn a lot from your side. And I
Mm.
was quite awestruck at the time, and I'm baffled as well that how is this possible? I myself is a learner. How can I teach others? But then she told me that don't worry about it. Like we all are learner at some place, but when we are start going to acknowledging others, we are still learning a lot of things. So do it. From there, I started teaching others. I started helping those beginners who are struggling as I was struggling at that point of time. And from there, I started my teaching career. Though I'm not a professional teacher, of course, I haven't done any course like that. But based on my 3.5 year experience, as I've been using different platform, online application in order to guide and assist different aspirants who are really keen and inquisitive in order to sound more proficient and eloquent. So I've been helping others. This is all about my journey that how did I learn this language? If you want me to tell that what are the steps which I have been following in order to hold and command on this language, so I can tell as well. May I?
If you would like to disclose, that would be good. Would help our learners get some idea how they can develop their fluency, and you are an inspiration for them. So if you would like to share, that would be great.
Okay, sure. I would be more than happy to spill the beans about my fluency. There are some steps. I would say 10 golden rules. I would say, very first and foremost thing we should remember: we all are Indians, and English is not our mother tongue. It's not our native language. So while learning English, if we are making any mistakes somewhere at some point, or we are fumbling, stammering, stutting, so we should not feel ashamed about it. Like we should not expect the same level of perfection as native speakers have in this language. Now, second thing is that, as you said, I'm really love that point when you said like before starting a journey of learning this language, one must has to ask one question to himself: that why? Why I'm learning this language? Do I have any powerful reason to master this language? If yes, so please go for it. And if not, so before starting this journey, make sure like you are having one powerful reason in your hand. Then only you would able to put your all efforts and potential in order to master this language. And you're not going to waste your time in any useless stuff and not going to distract you from any mean of deviation. Third thing, of course, undoubtedly, words have power. The more we have vocabularies in mind, the better we can express our ideas and thoughts, undoubtedly. So I would suggest people try to learn at least one or two vocabulary in one day and incorporate those vocabs in your daily spoken English. Because car without fuel, useless. Gun without bullet, useless. So your English is incomplete without sufficient vocab. Right? Four steps. I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to disagree with you, but what I believe in our initial days, we shouldn't bother about our grammar. First, we need to work on our flow and confidence. Like I should be in that position where I can speak English with anyone around the world. Once I reach on that level, yes, of course, then we have to start work on our accuracy, which means grammar. Otherwise, you are going to create a trap of grammar for yourself that you will speak like this. Am I speaking right? Am I speaking wrong?
Mm.
Shall I use have or has? And we are always in dilemma about our grammar rules. So keep aside, focus on fluency, then after work on accuracy. Step number 5, of course, we can't even ignore practice. Practice makes a man perfect. I disagree. There's no one perfect in this whole world, what I believe. And focus practice can give you progress on a daily basis. Evaluate yourself, find your loopholes, work on it. You're able to learn this language, no doubt. Step number 6 is love your mistakes. And I'm sure you are going to laugh at me what I'm saying, but still. I often notice most of people are really afraid of making mistake. They think, oh God, if I'll speak English, I'll make mistake. Definitely they are going to laugh at me. They are going to insult me. I should not speak. And that's why they stop themselves to speak English. I would say we all are learners. We are not God. We are human beings. And for human beings, mistakes are allowed. Make mistake. Don't use, I have noticed this mistake as well. Like people usually say doing mistake. Do remember that we are not allowed to use do word with mistake, because when we are saying did, do, does, doing, it's something which we are doing intentionally. And I think no one is going to make mistake intentionally. So we have to use make, made, or I'm making mistake. So mistake could be our teacher. Mistake can teach us like where we are lacking and where we need to work on. So embrace your mistakes, identify and work on it. Gradually, you're gonna speak English like a flawless speaker. Next step is English speaking environment. And I'm damn sure you're living in Australia, and that's why the way you're speaking seems so like I'm talking to a native speaker. I can't even believe on that you are from Uttarakhand, honestly. So your environment make a tremendous change in your way of speaking. So I hope you remember your childhood days. We imitated our parents, siblings, and that's how we learn our mother tongue. And same goes with English. Try to surround yourself with this language, and I would say fall in love with English, and then see the magic in your spoken English. Now, next step is LRWS, and I'm sure you must aware of it. Listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Four modules. All are equally important, as important water for our human life. So work on all parts, listening podcasts, audiobooks, web series, watching Hollywood movies with subtitles will make a difference in your speaking English. Read aloud, at least one page. If you are not able to read full book, at least one page. And by reading, you can get some meaningful sentence structure. You're able to get some information about the content which you are reading, and you can come across to some of new words that you can use in your day-to-day spoken English. Writing, if you want to speak English accurately, like with proper grammar rules, writing can help you a lot. Because when you start writing, before write, you think first that shall I use have or has? And when you write, you can easily guess you are making mistake or not, right? So whatever we write, we think first. And when we speak, we think first. So the common thing is thought process. So it will improve your thinking English power. Speaking, which we are doing right now, the more we'll speak, the better we sound. Now, last but not least, do remember English is just not a language. It's not a rocket science that no one can speak. Being an Indian, if I can speak, and you can also speak. So everyone who wants to learn English, they can also speak. All we need to develop some qualities in ourselves. The first thing is determination, dedication, enthusiasm, passion, madness, craziness, and one powerful reason to learn it. So whenever you speak, try to immerse yourself. Make a great collaboration of your words, the content you want to speak, with your soul, and connect yourself with this language. And I'm damn sure sooner or later you are going to speak English like a pro, undoubtedly. And you can set an example for all other speakers that who are still struggling in order to get command and ace this language. I'm done with my all tips and takes. Over to you, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you for sharing your beautiful insight. I'm very, very astonished hearing your beautiful insights, and I have really no word to from where I need to start actually.
Thanks, ma'am.
Because an incident happened in your life and that changed totally your life because of your determination, perseverance. You show a disposition for learning, and that way you are able to achieve your goal and you prove yourself, yes, I can do that. It's not a big deal. If other people they can do, why can't I? And you are a live example. If someone says, okay, I have no environment, I don't know how to speak in English, I have no one, as I said before, but you are there because you said you belong to rural area and you have no, I think, facilities available over there. You are the only one speaking in English, and you are speaking so well, better than native speaker. As you said, making mistake is the biggest barrier in English learning journey, and we should embrace this. Yes, we are making mistake. Making mistake is a part of learning. If I make mistake, there is no hey, can do that. Making mistake is a part of learning, and everyone make mistake. Even native speakers they make mistake, and even celebrities they make mistakes. But because this is not our own language, if even native speaker, if this is their own language, they make mistake. If it's justify for them to make mistake, what about us? We can make mistake too. And even when we speak in our mother tongue, we make mistake. We're not like that, okay? Mistake, we are making mistake, because sometimes we just be flexible. Okay, this situation I can use something else. In this situation we don't say proper Hindi and proper Pahari or whatever language we speak at home, we don't use properly.
True.
Sometimes we become lazy, and even native speaker they become lazy sometimes to say proper words and proper sentences. They tend to up lots of words as well, and they do this, and this is totally understandable because this is their own language. They can play with their language. If they can play with their language, why can't I? Yeah, we need to have this kind of mentality. And also, yes, you said that if we are learning something, we need to make sure we need to use that in our practice. If we don't use this in our practice, that way our mind think, okay, this information is waste, we are not using this, so we need to delete this information, because our mind is very agitated. If we are not using that, if we are not using something what we have learned, it will be deleted automatically from our mind. I always say that if we learn something, if we don't use, we will lose. So we make sure that what we are learning, we should use that in our practice. In relation to tense, you said that our perspectives note are in sync. I think it is actually. I said yes, we need concentrate on tenses and grammar. It doesn't mean that we can't speak without that. We need to start from scratches. We need to make sure that if we don't know English language properly, we can use and match strategies. That strategies work well when we use mix and match strategies. That way we give our mind practice to think in English, and also we give our mouth practice to speak in English. So our tongue get ready to speak in English, because of mother tongue influence, we find ourselves we are not able to pronounce some kind of words properly. And even that we know that word properly, but we are not able to use that word properly because we have no habit. So if we do mix and match technique, that way we can give ourselves habit, and we make our mind ready to speak in English. Because you know about the muscle memory.
Yes,
Yes, when
I
we
know.
do same kind of exercise, if we do consciously, and after some time we feel like, okay, I'm able to do this unconsciously as well, because it's fixed in our subconscious mind. So if we speak English like consciously, and we use mix and match technique, that way our mind will get ready to speak in English well, because our muscle memory will get ready by using this technique. So yeah, that's things. If someone wants to start learning English, they can do that. Actually, it's not a big deal, as you proved already. Yes, you said that you belong to rural area, still you are able to manage, still you are able to speak English very well. I can see your enthusiasm through your words, through your expressions, and the way you are able to express yourself very well in English. That is very commendable.
Thank you. And what I believe that there's a psychology of learning something.
Yes.
We all human beings have some pattern. We all are unique. We have diversity of thoughts in ourselves. All we need to keep in mind is we need to find our best pattern. Now, what is pattern? When I'm saying pattern, simply means some of us learn English by watching videos, some of us learn English by talking, some of us learn English by writing or reading. So we all have our unique pattern, which we can implement in order to master this language.
Yes.
So first of all, we need to find that pattern, and then we need to work on that pattern. Second thing, whenever you start speaking English, make sure whenever you start speaking English, either you are speaking English for expressing yourself or impressing to someone else. So you want to become expressive or impressive, you have to be very careful about it. Then only you have to start speaking, because if you want to be expressive, make sure the level of the speaker to whom you're talking first, and accordingly you have to use your spoken English. It includes your vocabulary, sentence formation, your rhythm, your pace, tonality, and accent, and everything. So You should try to resonate yourself with the person to whom you are talking, and that is why we have to learn the art of communication too. I've often see that people, when they speak English, they speak too much fast. Sometimes they use jargons, they use a different accent, and that's something which creating disturbance and resistance between two people having different languages. So I'm learning English because maybe I'll get a chance to talk with someone who's from Spain. So I don't know Spanish, but English, being a medium of exchange of thoughts or a common language, can help us in order to communicate with each other. But what if I'm speaking English and he is not able to understand me? Does it make any sense? It doesn't make. All right. So whenever you speak English, make sure try to speak slowly. Just try to give some pauses while speaking, and don't try to use any fillers. I've seen many times people usually say, you know, like, I guess, okay, right, actually, and there's so many lot of fillers people usually use. Okay, if you are not getting thoughts in mind, just slow down. As I'm speaking, I'm not that much fluent, so what I believe, like I speak a bit slowly, and I do take some pauses wherever it is required, and try to immerse yourself with this language. Whenever you are speaking, make sure you have to follow the rule of KISS, KISS. It's not that KISS, okay? KISS simply means keep it simple and short. That's a rule. If you know this rule, and I'm sure you are going to hit the nail on head. And that's how you're using your imagination, visualization, and you can speak English in such a way that you can leave an aura in front of others, which is really unbelievable and invincible. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm also your thought, as you just mentioned, that when we speak English, we need to make sure that other people are also able to understand our English. If they are not able to understand what we are trying to say, it means our speaking is waste, it's not meaningful to them. Yes, so we need to always make sure that when we speak with someone, that person is able to understand us better. And some people want to use advanced vocabulary in their language to show okay they know English better, so that is really myth. I would say it is not a good way to communicate your idea to other people. So yeah, this is we need to do that. And also you have mentioned very good strategy in relation to eliminate fillers word. You said that if we are using filler word rather than we using those filler word, we need to make sure that we take pause and we speak slowly. That way we will be able to articulate our ideas well to other people, and that way our tone of voice will be good as well, our expression will be good. But sometimes if they have slow thinking power and they're speaking very fast, that way they will find themselves in hassle, they will make mess. Okay, what I'm speaking, I'm thinking slowly and I'm speaking fast, so they won't be able to match their thinking power with their speaking power. So if they want to really practice well, they need to make sure that they need to train their mind according to their speaking power. Okay, so when they have balance, when they align their thought process and speaking process together, that way they will be able to express the ideas very well to other, and other people they will be able to understand. So yes, with this note, I think our recording is going really long, so I must be leaving. And you too, as you just mentioned that you have to go and do something. So if you have any question, feel free to ask, otherwise we will wrap up our session.
I do have a lot of things on my plate, but I want to keep it for some other day because I think your stomach is full and mine as well for today when it comes to talking about this language. So undoubtedly, we are going to talk it again, and then I would going to ask some of questions which I have in my mind. But for today, it's enough, and I'm really thankful to you that you provided a hospitality to me and privilege in order to have a good conversation with you. And thank you for finding a precious time from your side for me.
Thank you for saying this word, but I feel like I wasn't able to justify our conversation because I came back from my work. It was very hectic day over there. After work, I had to stay back for my meeting, and yes, my friends, they are in pub, and they said you are invited to come, but I didn't go. So I came here, and after that, I cooked because I have to cook every day. So I cooked, and I was in the mood. I will have conversation, but suddenly I saw your message. I thought, okay, I just connect with, because you just mentioned about, yes, yeah, we belongs to same area and this and that. I say, okay, I just have a conversation, but because we feel comfortable, yes, when we have some connection, we feel okay, yes, we can
True.
communicate, and that way we can just exchange our ideas. And because I'm especially in different country, and I'm very curious to know what is happening in India, especially where I used to live, that place I belong to. So I thought, okay, I just can, and that way I can feed my mind and I will be relaxed. So thank you so much giving me this therapy. I am happy connecting with you, and maybe in future we will connect again.
Sure, man. We will. Thank you for talking to me and finding a time for me. It was really wonderful, magnificent, and splendid conversation with you. And I have learned so many things from your side, and definitely I'm going to incorporate the same skills on math, spoken English, in order to sound more better. So, thank you, man.
Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful insight. I also learned so many things from your side, and I'm going to implement that one in my practice. Thank you so much, and take care. Bye.
Bye bye, ma'am. Take care. Have a nice day ahead.
You too. Bye bye.